Hello, I'm Charles Moffat, and if you like King Arthur, The Sword and the Stone, The Once and Future King, stories like that, then I invite you to check out this series of books, The Chronicles of Prydain, which are admittedly a bit childish, okay? But, you know what? I still really enjoyed them. And I look forward to reading them to my son someday. But, honestly, yes, okay, they're a bit childish. But you know what? So is, The Sword and the Stone. It's, who cares? It's still really enjoyable. The Hobbit is quite childish when you think about it. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy these things. Okay? So, today it is a book review time, so I want to talk about The Foundling and Other Tales of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander. Yes, Lloyd Alexander. So this is an anthology book that comes after the other 5 books in the series. Now, as you can see, I don't have every single book in the series. They don't even match. Like, this is an older style book cover here than the other ones. So in terms of reading them, I ended up using audiobooks for books 2 and 3 of the series. So it goes books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's the anthology. And honestly, I'd be tempted to, if I was to do it over again, I'd be tempted to read this book after reading book 1. I would try to read it in that order. So I would do book 1, then the anthology, then book 2, 3, 4, and 5. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. These are anthology stories, short stories that take place in the magical land of Prydain. And it basically covers things like Dalbin's origin story, the Foundling, as far as that goes. Yes. And various other characters. Now, Dalbin is basically this Merlin type character. And the main character, of course, Taran, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, he's basically the King Arthur type character. Okay? And a lot of this is also based on Welsh storytelling, folklore and things like that. But honestly, it is a very good series. But speaking of the anthology, if you're one of those people who are completionists and you want to read the whole series, don't leave this one out, because you will get a glimpse behind the curtain, as it were, to see some of the origins of various characters and other things that happened in the story. Okay, so for example, one of the characters that pops up here is a story about the one dwarf character. Shoot, what's his name? I forget his name right now. Where is it? It says it here somewhere. Dolly. There we go. Yes. So, yeah, it's a story about Dolly and a stone that he gives to someone because he owes them a favor. And then there's, a really smart crow, and then various other things. So it's basically the origin stories of various objects and people and events. Oh, and don't forget the pig. Let's yeah, there's the pig. And the harp. Yep, all these wonderful things. And then, of course, for fun, there's a pronunciation guide. There's a pronunciation guide at the back of the book, so you can get to practice your fleur de flamme. Okay, girl aunt, and go wind, and all these other fun names like Gurgi. Yeah, You really get to work on your Welsh pronunciations here. Welsh, I think, would be a fun language to learn, honestly. I think that would be nice, funny, somewhat fun challenge. And we got about the author at the back. But yeah, for a few extra dollars, you get yourself, that one extra book that you might be missing out of the set. I will probably get books 2 and 3 at some point, because I don't think my son is going to be like patient enough to be like, okay, I don't want to listen to the audiobook. I want dad to read to me. So I will have to buy books 2 and 3 at some point. But I would be very tempted to read this one after reading book 1 is what I would be very interested in doing. Or maybe possibly after book 2, whatever. Now, that being said, book 4 actually feels like an anthology book by itself. Like books 1, 2, and 3 feel like novels. Book 5 feels like a novel. But book 4 kind of feels like he's just wandering around, and it's all these different short stories of him wandering. So while it is technically a novel, it feels like more like an anthology. Yeah. But you know what? If you like anthologies, you should definitely get it as well. It is a very good series of books. There was a film that turned books 1 and 2 into like a single film. They kind of like smucked the plots together. It was animated, unfortunately. I would like to see like a live action version of these books. Yeah, that would be interesting if somebody like made either a TV show or a movie series that are live action based on Lloyd Alexander's books. That would be very interesting to see. Now, if you're a fan of like design stuff, you notice there's the cauldron in the corner. There's the pig. Oh look, there's the pig again, and there's the harp, another cauldron, and oh look, there's the harp again. Yeah, the harp keeps showing up there. Yeah, as far as symbols go. But it is a lovely, lovely set of stories, and a lovely series, and it's just a shame I didn't do this video sooner. I told myself I was going to do it months ago, because I finished reading this back in like March or April. Maybe even February, I don't remember. It's been a while, and it's been like on my shelf saying like, hey, do a book review. It's time for a book review. Anyway, I'm Charles Moffat, and you should go check out my books at amazon.com/author/Moffat. Anyway, have a good day. Bye-bye.